to episode 3 of building our $600 BMW and bringing it back to life. And in the last episode, we put this beautiful body kit on, paint matched it, everything, and you guys just absolutely love it.
You guys were just absolute huge fans of this bumper kit, and we appreciate the love.
Now we're gonna tackle things like the steering wheel, which we've got a beautiful Alcantara steering wheel we're gonna put on it, and that interior that's just ripped to shreds.
If you haven't seen our last few videos, we took this car from a non-running piece of junk. We got this thing running, we put bumpers on it, we painted them. We're gonna be continuing the rebuild of bringing this $600 BMW back to life, and we're gonna make this thing badass. And you gotta remember, the point of this build was always budget. So in today's video, we're gonna be showing you some tips and tricks on how we're gonna restore this interior for little to no money.
A lot of things to tackle in this episode, so let's get to it.
Okay, so let's just dive right into this. I mean, if you take a quick look, the door panel is basically falling apart. This is unacceptable, this is not gonna fly. Luckily, we already got new blue vinyl. We took a little piece off of this door, went to the upholstery shop. He actually pulled out a period correct early 90s BMW vinyl booklet, and he found the correct shade of blue that this vinyl is. I think this roll costed us about 17 bucks. Really inexpensive stuff. When you do it yourself, it's not that bad. So we're gonna basically start to dissect this door panel and wrap it in this new vinyl, and we can put it back and be good as new. Okay, there we go. Oh, but there's some wires. There we go. There we go. There is the very screwed up door panel. You know, we're not going for perfection here, but this looks disgusting, and this is super torn, and it's just no good anymore. So we also got some goodies. If you see this wood right here, I'm not a huge fan of the wood. So you stick around to later in the video. We got something nice to go over this. Also, on a quick side note, we're doing some amazing stuff with the M6. New episodes coming out very soon. And also, make sure to check out our Instagram. We post content frequently on there that you're not gonna see on YouTube, so you don't wanna miss it. And last but not least, go to backspeedboys.com if you wanna help support the channel, well, and pick up some really cool stuff.
Okay, so here's the plan. In order to cover that ripped spot, we need to extend this. So you can see it's already cracked. You know, I'm not, a licensed upholsterer. The quickest way to fix the imperfection is to basically extend this a little bit longer. Now we have brand new material. We have it marked down. Now I'm gonna use my scissors and start cutting away. So as you can see, we have basically just enough to fold around the panel. It's extended, and I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up. This is vinyl. It is so nice. It's crazy. It almost seems like real leather to me. This is gonna look really nice inside the car. Okay, here we go. So how this stuff works is you basically want adhesive on both sides. It has to kind of dry for a second before it'll actually stick. So if I were to squeeze this together right now, it's not gonna do anything. Me and Lenny know a little bit about upholstery after redoing our 74 Beetle that we completely redid and flipped. And that was quite a bitch, doing the entire interior of that car. So you can see, I had to cut a few relief cuts, and I'm just pulling it right around. This stuff is grippy.
Okay, so while Noah's finishing up the door panel, I'm gonna get started on refinishing this wood. Now, I'm not gonna be refinishing it in the traditional sense because the amount of materials that it would cost just to redo this and the time is absurd. Now, we are doing this on the Mercedes. This build, we're gonna do something a little bit different. That's right, we're doing Alcantara. This stuff comes straight from Italy. It's the same factory that Lamborghini and Ferrari use. Now, this was $180 a yard. There's no way in hell we bought that stuff. What we bought instead is this suede. This stuff is basically identical, and it only costs 17 bucks a yard. So we got a bunch of this. Let's start wrapping.
Okay, now I know you guys love the bumpers. I'm going to change them a little bit. The grills that are inside of it are like this shiny silver, and I think they would look a lot better in black. So I got a can of roll bar and chassis spray. This will do the job, and just spray painting it. Doesn't get more simple than that.
Okay, so one of the big mods we're doing today is replacing this crummy gross steering wheel with a badass one. So first step is to remove it. Now, it's really on here. I'm sure there's a bolt underneath here. Oh crap, dude. Sweet, well that was easy. All right, well here's the old piece of junk steering wheel. Not gonna be needing that anymore. And this is our brand new E34 steering wheel from AZA Auto Wheel, or AZA Auto Wheel if you want to type this in. They sponsored this awesome, badass looking steering wheel. It's got Alcantara leather with the BMW colored M stitching. This thing is badass, and I can't wait to get in the car, so let's do it. Okay, so the first step, this is the airbagless model. So this just pops right out. All right, this is on. Now we're gonna reuse the existing washer and the existing bolt. All right, nice and tight. Horn has been plugged in. Goes like that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to go driving. This thing is awesome. Thanks again to AZA Auto Wheel. Go check them out.
Now we just have to bolt the door panels back on, and look, the interior's already coming together so well.
We're pretty much wrapping up the interior here. We're just trying to get stuff that's kind of falling apart put back together a little bit better. So we got the Alcantara on all the door panels. We got Alcantara in the interior. We got the new steering wheel, and well, some new goodies just showed up that are gonna make the shifting in this car much better. Let's check it out. Our friends over at Condor Speed Shop hooked this up with a shifter rebuild kit and some Alcantara goodies. So here are some of the replacement bushings that is needed because the shifter in this car right now is super limp. And we gotta stiffen this thing up if we're gonna be able to drive this thing on the road. They sent us out this really cool shifter rebuild kit and also, voila, Alcantara shift boot, baby. And last but not least, an e-brake sock, if you may. So we're gonna throw this in the car and, you know, just kind of freshen it up. And it's gonna match all the Alcantara that we put in it previously. And they also sent some cool stickers. This one is probably my favorite. Putting this on the toolbox. Ba-boom. That is awesome. Okay, so now we're under the car. And the first bushing, probably the most important bushing on an E34 to replace, is the one around the ball on the main shifter. Now, this is one of those transmissions that has bar linkage, you know, like the top of the shifter doesn't actually go directly into the transmission. There's a bunch of bars. So as you can see right here, I already removed one of the clips and I got one of the bars removed. So that way we can go up top, pull the shifter out and replace this, basically this plastic replacement bushing that keeps that ball, it's like a ball and socket, in place so you have that tight shift feel. And that's the main problem with this car. So now that I got that clip out and we're disconnected, let's lower the car, pull it out and replace this. Okay, so now that we removed that clip from underneath and the linkage has been disconnected, this thing, oh boy, there we go, came straight out. And that's the ball that I'm talking about. This plastic piece that's in there now hugs that ball and it's completely destroyed. So I'm gonna get that old one out, we'll put this new one in, and we'll be back to normal. To see how messed up the old bushing was compared to the new bushing. So that should make a massive difference. Okay, so we're gonna take some grease and we're gonna rub it on the ball because you wanna make sure you get a nice, good lubrication. And it is a plastic part, so. Okay, so now we put, after it's been greased, we put on the new plastic part and it should just pop on like that. Okay, so I inserted the new white plastic piece and it is circulating the ball now. Piece has absolutely no play in it now. It does not go up and down at all. So it's gonna be a massive difference, I can tell. Last but not least is some of these other bushings that we're just gonna slap in real quick, no biggie. And there we go. And we're gonna get rid of this old piece of junk M shifter and replace it with this nice new eBay one. Look how nice that is. So we're just gonna pop out this piece that I already wrapped in this beautiful Alcantara. Okay, there we go. Like that, and finishing piece, boom. That, my friends, is rebuilt.
Okay guys, now for my favorite mod today, we're changing out the wheels. These are butt ugly. And I know the original BMW, I mean, it even has a little sticker. You can't fake that. You can't fake badges. So clearly, even these very poorly stuck on stickers say BMW Sport. So we're getting rid of these BMW wheels. And I'm happy because they are butt ugly and no one fucking likes them. Now, for the reveal of the new wheel. Love it or hate it, doesn't matter. There we go. Because we're clearly all about being stock. So we bought the stock BBS BMW wheels for $100. All 4 wheels with tires. They are almost bald, but that's okay. So $100 isn't bad for a whole set of wheels. See, when you put lug bolts in, you don't want them to be too long, because if they are, your e-brake is usually a drum inside the disc, and if it's spinning around, it'll just destroy everything. You gotta make sure that the lug bolts are the perfect size. And you wanna make sure that you torque these down to the spec, not over. BMW piece right there. There you go. OEM wheels for a completely original OEM car. I think they look good. Okay, you've got your Brabus, you've got your AMG, you've got your Mansory, but what about for all the people with a $600 ship box? Introducing the Backspeed Boys package. First, we take your vehicle and we put an amazing, unique Duraflex body kit on it. Only the best painters in the entire United States go ahead with that 100% perfect match to match the body kit to your factory color. Then we go ahead and take your jank-ass wheels and put back the OEM top spec wheels.
You fucking idiot.
Definitely not some that we found off Facebook Marketplace for $100. I guess this tire isn't holding any air. Anyways, then we redo the interior. You got cracked wood? Well, nothing an eBay Alcantara kit can't solve. Then we slap on a new steering wheel, replace a few components, brand new shift knob. You got peeling door panels? Don't worry. Nothing a little bit of JB Weld can't fix, and we'll call it patina and do practically nothing. Crack in the windshield? No. That's part of the mosaic that's hand carved straight into your work of art. Did your old mirrors fall off? Nothing some set screws can't solve. Now let's look under the hood. Now if your ship box came with painter's tape holding the intake together, don't worry, we're gonna upgrade it with duct tape. Only the best of the best for my clients. And if your vehicle leaks oil, well, I'm not a repair shop, so tough shit. Now if you want a bespoke one-of-one vehicle, we have packages to offer to you starting at $69,000. So call now. Now this particular build was made for a client of mine who actually is a pizza delivery man. So of course we built him a one-of-one sign so that he can deliver his pizzas in style.
You know, we did pick this thing up for dirt cheap, and we had the help, luckily, from some amazing sponsors to get some really cool parts for this car. Now, I know this thing isn't a beauty, trust me, but it's a hell of a driver. This thing is so fun to drive around the streets, especially with the stick shift. And I gotta say, we gotta sell this thing now. It's time to let go, but we're gonna need the money because we bought another car. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos because you're not gonna wanna miss what we just picked up.